Batten, the leader of UKIP, and we're just here for a quick conversation about why UKIP and the leader of UKIP is here to actually speak about the situation with Tommy Robinson just now. Mr. Batten, can you just ask why the leader of UKIP is actually here and what the significance of UKIP is?
Well, I'm here in a personal capacity, but also representing Lord Pearson, the UKIP peer, and we've been supporting Tommy Robinson in his latest difficulties. Now, when I say supporting Tommy Robinson, you don't have to agree with everything he says, you don't have to approve of everything he does, which you don't. But the thing is, I think, of history, find that Tommy Robinson is on the side of an historic struggle between good and evil. And I think he's in prison more because of who he is and what he says, rather than what he's actually supposed to have done in the contempt of court case. And the state, the establishment, doesn't like the fact that he's putting a spotlight on the mass rape of grooming gangs, which is something that they would prefer to have brushed under the carpet and kept a lid on over the last couple of decades. And he's brought it all out, and I think that's a heroic thing to do, and that's why I've come out to support him today.
So I actually met Tommy Robinson for the first time at the Count Dankula trial in Scotland, and another disgusting piece of the establishment actually trying to prevent people's freedom of speech. And Tommy was up there actually supporting Marcus Beecham, and the fact was that he saw the problems with the establishment's clampdown on freedom of speech, and almost a fascistic way that the establishment is actually trying to prevent people actually speaking. Have you got any comments on that?
Well, I agree. I mean, I actually thought the Count Dankula thing was pretty poor taste. For anybody to make a joke about the Holocaust, I wouldn't condone that in any way, shape or form. But it was a pretty stupid, bad taste joke. But are we going to start sending people to prison for making bad taste, stupid jokes? Because they'll start cutting away at the edges, and before you know where you are, you won't be able to make comments on all kinds of things. And now we know that they're trying to do that with these laws on hate speech. Well, we had laws in the past about incitement to hatred, incitement to violence, incitement to a breach of the peace. All this was taken care of, back in Victorian times. But these aren't about that. These are about people voicing opinions, and we're seeing that clamped down on, and I think that is a very dangerous place to go.
Can I just ask as well, obviously the judge, I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. A judge locked him up without any ability to have a fair trial. I mean, this is an incredible point in jurisprudence. I mean, the fact is that he was basically pulled in by the judge and actually arrested there and then and sentenced there and then, and he wasn't even sentenced for the actual previous problem. He was sentenced because he was actually commenting on the grooming gangs that's happening all over England. And the fact is that there was a Sikh guy there as well, a Sikh guy called Raj, who was also commenting. He didn't get pulled in as well. He was obviously, the Sikh gentleman was obviously upset about what was happening in his community with the Muslim rape gangs. So is this this is almost a draconian attempt to silence freedom of speech?
Well, first of all, I'm not a lawyer, no. But what he wasn't sentenced. What he was in prison for was a supposed contempt of court, which the judge had the right to remove and could put him in prison. So he wasn't entitled to a trial as such anyway, just to make sure we got the legal side right. But I read the original judgment of the 2017 case in Canterbury, and what it says was he would be in contempt of court if he did the same thing again. And my understanding as a layman is he didn't do the same thing again. He stood outside in the public highway. He did not make any comments about the guilt or otherwise of the defendants. He did try to speak to them, but the mainstream media do that all the time. So it seems odd to me that he's going to be sent to prison for what would appear not to be actually infringing the original contempt of court conditions on his suspended sentence. So I think that's a very worrying aspect. We've got a lot of noise now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr.
You're welcome.